Hi, my name is Zara, and today in this video, as it is January 1st, 2024, we're going to be going over who's going to be in the candidates 2024 for the World Chess Championship title. So, as you can see in this image, there's a tweet by Chess Base India that they've put out that clarifies who's going to be in the Candidates Tournament 2024. We were waiting on some final results to see who would get the rating spot and who would get the FIDE circuit spot. And the rating spot was mainly between Alireza Firouzja and Wesley So. And Alireza went and played a load of games in Chartres in France and also another tournament in France in order to get enough rating in order to surpass Wesley in the standings for rating. And then the two people that it was between for the FIDE circuit points was Anish Giri and Gukesh. So the final players that are going to be in the candidates are Fabiano Caruana, Hikaru Nakamura, Jan Nepomniachtchi, Alireza Firouzja, Pragnananda, Vidit Gujrati, Gukesh, and Nijat Abbasov. So the main concern is who's going to win it. And I'm going to be honest, I am biased. So personally, I really want Vidit to win because of how good his performance was at the FIDE Grand Swiss, which obviously I attended, and I got a photo with him and I got his signature and everything, so that was pretty goddamn cool. Obviously, there's also Fabi, who's been on absolute fire this year. Genuinely, his games have been absolutely insane, and it's been really, really fun to watch. So quite a few people think that he's going to be one of the highest contenders and one of the most likely to actually win the candidates as a whole, and then, go ahead to fight against Ding Liren. So if you see here, this is basically the live chess ratings on 2700chess.com. And as you can see, Magnus Carlsen is the current highest rated player in the world, but he got a spot to qualify for the candidates tournament by winning the FIDE World Cup, which was the first time he actually won the World Cup as well. So it's like two birds, one stone. But Magnus actually doesn't want to play in the World Chess Championship cycle, so instead obviously Prague got a spot from the World Cup as well, but instead Magnus getting the other spot, Nijat Abbasov gets the spot, and he's actually the lowest rated player in the entire tournament. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does compared to the Super Grandmasters, and if he'll do any unexpected turnarounds. So obviously we've got Fabi and Naka playing, and then number 4, obviously Ding Liren, he's our current world champion, and Jan Alireza. See, Alireza is just ahead of Wesley So on the leaderboard, so it's very close. And there was Lennart Dominguez who was going to be playing, but he actually pulled out of the tournament because he decided that it's not worth him putting so much effort into, and unfortunately he won't be playing in the candidates, which is really upsetting because he's an incredibly talented player. So today we're actually going to do a tier list of who I think is going to win the candidates cycle. So let's go. So I had to make that quickly, but now you can see on the screen we have a list of all of the players and a ranking from 1st to 8th, and we're going to be going through and describing my thoughts process on why I'm putting each person in each section. Okay, so in 8th place I'm going to have to go Abbasov, just because he's the lowest rated player and I haven't seen a lot of his chess, but I do think people might be underestimating him even. Like, he did incredibly well at the FIDE World Cup, and obviously he deserves a chance to, prove how good his chess actually is in the candidates. So I believe in him, but I don't think he's really got a chance of winning. If he proves me wrong, fair play. Like, that'll be insane. Oh, okay, now it gets really difficult. So in 7th, I'm actually going to put Gukesh, and I know, obviously he's an extremely talented player, but recently some of his classical chess and everything hasn't been, as good as it has been in the past. Like, he's dropped down in rating quite a bit, so he isn't, like as much of at his peak as he was before, and I think that might be quite a hard thing to think about, like coming into like actually playing in the candidates tournament itself. And historically, junior players haven't really done too well in the candidates, so I wish him luck though. Gukesh is again lovely, and yeah, I just don't want to offend anyone with this. Okay, so next I'm going to say Ali Reza, simply because I haven't seen a lot of his chess recently, and he's only really been playing events that, don't have too many top players in them. So it's really hard to judge where his chess is at the moment, especially when he's focusing on, doing fashion stuff and everything at the same time as chess. It adds a lot of stress onto yourself. So again, will be interesting to see what happens there. So next I'm going Prag. Again, because he's quite young, but his performance with his chess recently has been absolutely insane. And I do think that he's going to do quite well and sort of prove some people wrong. But again, because of the other people that he's going up against, such as Hikaru, Fabi, Vidit, Nepo, those are incredibly hard people to beat, especially when such a big thing is at stake and he's so young as well. Like, I wish him all the best in the world. It's going to be an extremely difficult task, and some of the others that have more candidate cycle experience or even World Chess Championship experience will be a lot more prepared for that than the younger ones will be. So next I'm actually going to go Nepo. I know, which is quite surprising because obviously he has won the last 2 candidate cycles. But I'm going to put him in at 4th at the moment. I won't be surprised if he wins this candidate cycle as well, though, just because of how high quality all of his chess is. And, he's won it before. He's played in multiple World Chess Championships before, both against Magnus Carlsen and Ding Liren. So that experience is obviously going to help him a lot as well. And being a top player and being invited to these super closed tournaments with super grandmasters playing is obviously going to help his experience a lot. Next, I'm going to put Hikaru. And obviously, please don't attack me in the comments for this. Hikaru is an incredible player, like absolutely incredible. You watch his games sometimes and you have no idea how he does some of the things he does. And I think he has like a very high chance of being in the top 3 at the end of the results of the candidate cycle. I think it'll be interesting to see how much pressure he has compared to, the other players, just because of how at the FIDE Grand Swiss, for example, in an interview, Hikaru was saying about how he doesn't have as much pressure on himself anymore because of doing streaming as well. So he sort of lifted that burden a bit, and I want to see if that's going to actually, the burden of it is going to come back to bite him whilst he's in the candidates tournament, or if it's going to help him again. So next I'm going to put Vidit, which absolutely breaks my heart because I really, really want Vidit to win. His chess recently has been on fire. Genuinely, he had a very high chance of winning the FIDE World Rapid Championship. He did very well there. And then also at the FIDE Grand Swiss, obviously, his results were insane. He lost in the first round and then just came back and absolutely beat the shit out of everyone. And it was incredible to see both, in person and just watching the whole experience online as well. I think he'd make a really good world champion. He's not like really cocky and everything like other chess players are. Not naming any names. But yeah, I think if he was world champion, I'd be extremely happy with that. And then in first place, I'm going to put Fabi. And that's simply because of how on fire Fabi has been the entire year. Like, genuinely, I think we're seeing like sort of like 2018 Fabi again, and I really want to see how he's going to cope with, you know, doing the candidate cycle this time, and then if he gets into the actual World Championship against Sting Loren, how it's going to be doing that rather than being against Magnus Carlsen like it was last time. And I think it will be really, really interesting to see. But yeah, so that's who I think is going to be. Sorry, ignore that. That's from my Twitch. That's who I think is going to win the World Chess Championship, even though I really want Vidit to. Don't tell anyone. Keep that under wraps. But if you have someone who you think is going to win the World Chess Championship and your list differs from mine, then let me know down below in the comments. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers, and thank you for supporting me on my recent Twitch stream that I did today as well. It means a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on my social media, and you guys can join me in the next video that will be taking place soon, and streams as well. But yeah, thank you a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!